y'all. How you doing? Um, just wanted to get up here real quick and do a little video showing y'all how I moisturize and seal my hair. Lately, I've been wearing my hair blow dried because, I've been busy in school and I don't want to be dealing with all the knots and stuff. So, this is how I'm trying to maintain it. So in here I have, it's a little bit of olive oil mixed with tea tree oil to help with the dandruff and itchiness and things like that. Um, I washed my hair about 4 days ago, so I'm good right now. So this is what I'm going to be using to be moisturizing. This is the rose water. It says facial mist, but it can be used for your hair, your skin, pretty much anything. So So how have y'all been doing? I know there's a whole bunch of craziness going on. I know I've been hanging in there. It's been hard, but gotta do what you gotta do, especially when you're a student like me. I don't think I've mentioned in any of my videos about that I went back to school last year in August. So I'm in school right now, in case you all didn't know. I'm going to become a surgical technologist, hopefully. I just finished my second semester on Monday, and after this spring break is over, I'll be going to clinicals for a whole year. So I'll keep all updated on that because that should be fun and exciting. I know I know in my Tumblr blog, I mentioned that I was a medical assistant, but then the pandemic happened and I couldn't find any work in my field. So I went back to school. It is what it is. Sometimes things just don't work out. You don't understand why. You ask questions, you ask God, why doesn't He allow this to happen? Why doesn't He allow that to happen? Why does He allow certain things to happen? But you got to trust the process. That's always the hardest part, is trusting the process. Um, the weather's been pretty nice, kind of off and on. It'll be like 70 degrees one day and then 40 degrees at night. Sorry, y'all, that's the phone. So, this weather is crazy. I don't know where y'all live, but if y'all got any crazy weather going on, then it's just the times that we live in. We We had some snow not too long ago, but it didn't stay around long. Especially when you live here in Virginia like me. Snow just comes and goes. And we're lucky if we see snow at all. That's what it seems like. We're lucky if we even see snow. Yep, so school is good. Life is good. I don't have too many issues going on right now. Just stress from school. But, you know, I gotta stop stressing because it's not good for me. You know, dealing with anxiety and depression, it really gets to you. Social media doesn't make it any better, but sometimes you just don't listen. And and it's one thing about some things that people don't understand about social media. Social media can be a blessing and a curse at the same time. And you got to be really careful to who the people you talk to, people you interact with. Can't trust everybody. And I know it's easier said than done, especially with this generation. But, but I am part of this generation, but I'm talking like somebody from the old school days. Yeah. And then of course right now you got this stuff that's going on in the Ukraine. And I just really hope that I just pray to God that when they fight back and they can just resolve everything and because I really don't want a World War III. I don't think anybody wants a World War III. There's been a lot of just stuff going on lately besides with the pandemic and just these food shortages and everything else going on. But the Bible said that this is what it's going to be like. So we definitely have to keep an open mind. I just see I braided up just like this. I'm not a natural hair expert. I just kind of do what works for me. I think a lot of people, if they just kind of just find a regimen that works, and do the proper things to take care of their hair, everything will be all right. But of course, that's easier said than done. I mean, I've been natural for 5 years, and sometimes I still don't know what's good for my hair. Mm, It's coming undone for some reason. I'm gonna try to just braid all the way down. But sometimes when when you got pieces of hair that's longer, you got pieces of hair that's longer than some of the rest of your other strands, then it can be kind of hard to braid all the way down. So I just do the best I can. Then I'm gonna add just a little bit more oil to the ends, because that's the driest and the weakest part. You know, if you keep breaking your ends off, then you won't see hair growth, especially with blow dried hair. You gotta make sure you keep it kind of just moisturized. And this is pretty much it. In case anybody's wondering about my dating life, I don't have a boyfriend yet or anything. And I'm hoping it'll come one day. I just don't know when. You know, gotta find somebody out there who appreciates me. Well, appreciates me for as a good person. Because if you're looking to date somebody or be friends with somebody, anything, and you have a bad attitude and a bad outlook on life and everything about you is just negative, then it's going to be hard for people to appreciate you for who you are if you don't have a positive attitude. And that's another thing that's easier said than done for me because, when you suffer from anxiety and depression like I do from time to time, it can be hard to just keep that positive mind frame because you're so used to being down and upset about everything. And that's why, never don't be afraid to seek help for anything that you're going through. Don't let anybody tell you that your problems are not valid or you need to just be happy and let it go because sometimes it's not that easy, you know. Sometimes we just need outside help. Mental health is very real, just like physical health. Speaking of health, so I've been having, I guess you might just call it like a long-term health issue. It's not anything serious right now, but it is a bit of a concern. So recently I went to the doctor and I got some blood work done. And you know, and I guess it's why, it's really important, especially as Christians. You have to learn how to listen to your discerning spirit, your intuition. Because when I made an appointment to the doctor, something told me, well, I know who it was. It was God telling me. God told me to just something I had to go just get blood work done. And so I listened to my discerning spirit. And when I went to the doctor, well, when I went to go for my checkup a few months ago, I asked the person that was taking my vitals that I would like to request to get some blood work done. And she was like, okay. And the doctor, he comes and does his thing. He checks me out. After he takes my vitals and everything, he listens to my heart. And he listens to my heart and he notices that he can hear a murmur. Now, I've always had a heart murmur, but I guess this time around it was more prominent than last time. So he heard my murmur and he also sent me off to get some blood work done. And so went to the lab, got the blood work done. And this was in December. So a week before Christmas is when I got my appointment and did my blood work done. So the Christmas of just this last year that just passed. And so I went and got my blood work done. And then the very next day, evening, the doctor came back with the results. And he told me that basically that I was borderline iron anemic. And I felt a little confused and disappointed because I had been suffering from iron anemia deficiency for a couple years. And I've been taking some iron pills and trying to not drink, trying to eat spinach and things like that. So I'm trying to figure out, well, what's going on? What's going on? Why are my iron levels not where they should be? And so the doctor basically said that on my blood work, he noticed that my ferritin levels were low. So now, even though I am in the medical field, I don't know 100% about blood levels and everything else. So of course, I had to ask him to explain to me, what that was, because I thought anemia was anemia if you weren't anemic or you were anemic and things like that. So I had to ask him to explain to me, well, if if my iron if I'm not anemic, then why are my iron levels low? And so basically he told me, of course, there's this compound called ferritin in your blood. Ferritin is basically a storing block for iron. So basically what he told me is that even though I was taking iron, because I had been taking iron pills at that time, I was taking iron, but for some reason my body wasn't building, wasn't storing it. So all this time, here I was, I had been taking some iron pills and they weren't doing anything. And so now after hearing all that and stuff, the doctor, he did recommended two things to me. He wanted he suggested that I stop taking the iron pills every day. And I'm like, Okay, so what's that gonna do? And the doctor, he basically said that if I don't take my iron pills every day, well, if I take an iron pill every other day instead of every single day, then it could trick my body into thinking that I'm low and it needs to store. So, so I said, okay, that makes sense. It's a little bit too much. Just pour that right there. Save that for the next section. And so, and then so he gave me that option as well. Well, he gave me that. That's the first option. And the second option the doctor gave me was that he recommended that he wanted to me to go and get an iron infusion. And so at first I was like, because I don't like IVs and needles and things like that. I didn't want to have to go through a treatment or anything like that. And so, and my mother, she was all on board for it. But I told her and the doctor that I needed some time to think about it. And so, because I just don't like I don't like just getting treatments and stuff like that. So went home after the phone call, went home, did some research on iron infusion and ferritin deficiency and things like that. Prayed to God, did some thinking about it, prayed some more, thought about it some more, and eventually came to the conclusion that, well, if it's this bad, then I might as well go ahead and get the treatment. And so that's what I did. I I found a place, got the referral center, well, got the referral for the iron infusion. Um, Sent the referral over to the place, got an appointment made. So now this Thursday coming up, I have my first iron infusion. So I'm hoping that'll go well, and then I can just get my energy and my life back. Because I do notice that when my iron levels are low, I'm tired and sluggish. I just feel like I just have to just go to sleep, take a nap all day. And then I feel like I'm always cold. My hands and feet are always cold. Feel like my hair's not growing. And because I know when I was severely anemic, my edges were falling out. So it's starting to grow back some, but very slowly. So maybe with this iron infusion treatment, my hair can start growing back faster. But yeah, that's what's going on in my life. Surgical technology school, getting sick, ear infection, um, iron levels, iron infusions. You know, I've had a lot going on. I've had a lot going on these past couple of years of my life, but you got to turn your test into a testimony. So, you know, that's one thing you always have to try and remember is that God doesn't give you more than what you can handle. When you go through certain things in your life for a reason, it's not to harm you, but it's to build you up into a better person. And that's something I just always want for myself. I want to become a better person. You know, I don't want to let the negative things that happen in my life change me into somebody who I don't want to be. Because then I'm going to wake up one morning and look in the mirror and be like, well, who am I? Who is this person? So, yep. And that's two braids, one side down. Got the other side to go. I'm going to do the rest of this side off camera. Then I'll come back and show you what both sides look braided up. All right, I'm back. This is the finished result. Um, when I take these braids out the next day, hopefully I should have some nice waves going on. But yeah, this is my simple routine. All right. So I'm gonna hop off now, and hopefully I should keep y'all in touch about my school life, and also with the iron infusion that's coming up, and some rest of things that's going on in my life. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully have a good one. Bye bye.